race and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the race and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world. Some don't know the effects they have on others when everything that we do affects our younger brothers and sisters. To me, it seems that the facts have missed us. Who will be there to reach down and hug and kiss us? Frankly, the current state that we're in is to be discussed. Self-respect is a must. We need to tone down the lust. Avoid the fact that it provides a pleasant rush. But who in this world can you trust? The answer to that is yourself. Don't take what that man says off the bat. Pick that book up off the shelf. That don't mean not to trust. That means to take what he's saying, think about it, and then come back and discuss. Let's change the world. 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 Let's just unite. Let's stop the race and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the race and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world. Change the world for the boys and the girls, because if we don't change it, then we're gonna make it in this world. We need to focus on the present and think less about the past, cause if we keep it up like this, then that's gonna be our fucking past. Gotta know just where you're coming from, the kid, where you're going, so get on your search for knowledge, cause that's power in knowing. We need to pick up more books and read them cover to cover, and have you get the information, pass it to your brother, spread it to the whole world. If you know it ain't fair, you'll be surprised the difference in this world that one man can make. It's good and bad in everybody, but you gotta bounce it out, and if we all found that would change the world, no doubt. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the race and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the race and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world. What's good, y'all? What's good, man? You already know what time it is. It's the Real Talk Real Shit podcast, and I am your host, Big Bad A, man. Let's go. I appreciate everybody for coming in, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Another episode, another great episode, man. Thought-provoking content, man. You know, a lot of people be on here playing, but I ain't on here for that. I'm on here to get you right. So, man, I got some footage, man. I want y'all to see. I keep telling everybody, and I keep alluding to the fact that majority of the religions and religious systems that are put out here in this world are just ways to continue slavery. You know, most of these religious books are just slave manuals, you know, and a lot of people, they're so wrapped up into it, they can't understand it. And, you know, and I'm not mad at the people who are wrapped up into religion, because it's better than being wrapped up into a bunch of negativity. It's better than being a gangbanger. It's better than, you know, shit. Being a religious person is better than being a politician. So I'm not down to religion. But what I am saying, and in the aspect that I'm not down to religion, I'm saying religion has helped out a bunch of people. So I'm not going to sit here and say like I'm like anti-religion or something like that, because that's not what this is. This isn't atheist speech, because I do believe in God. I know God is real. I'm not no atheist. I'm not no Satanist. I'm not no evil person. I definitely believe in God. But these systems of religion that was given to us by man are not of God. They're of man.
And a lot of the sayings and a lot of the monikers that they got us living off of and living by were given to us to keep us down. Um, in this world, in the Bible, they teach us things like what they say, things like it'll be easier. I don't know if this is in the Bible or the Quran, and it says it'll be easier for a rich man to get into heaven than to get through the eye of a needle, right? And they always say things and they allude to things about rich people, like rich people are all bad and all this stuff. And then they have these other lies that they give us, like money is the root of all evil and shit like that. Those are some things like that are the biggest lies that are given to humans to keep us from getting what we're supposed to have on this planet. Um, if you believe money is evil, and if you believe because money is just a mean of trade, money is not evil at all. Money is just a mean of trade. If you have $1 million, you could do the right thing with it. If you have $1 billion, you could do the right thing with it. So it's not about your money or the amount of money you have, it's about your mentality. So money is not evil. Money is not the root of all evil. Those things that they keep saying like that are the lies that they tell us to keep us away from the money. Now, if you understood something, if you understood that somebody was trying to keep you from something, right? If you understood that what they're telling you to stay away from, they're running to, right? Does that even make sense? Does it make sense that a rich man would tell you, a poor man or a poor woman, a rich man would tell a poor person that money is irrelevant and money doesn't matter, and they tell you things like money can't buy you into heaven and money can't get you, and you need to be humble on earth, and you need to be humble, and the meek shall inherit the earth. All this bullshit that they tell us so we can stay poor slaves, right? If you realized that that shit was told to you just to lead you astray, would you continue believing in it? Would you continue going in that direction? Let me show y'all something, man. If you know about history and if you seen my thumbnail, that man on my thumbnail or that animal that's on my thumbnail was King Leopold. King Leopold was the Belgian president back in the 1900 something all the way, 1800 something all the way to 1900s. He was the king of Belgium, right? And what a lot of people may not know about King Leopold is King Leopold and his son, King Leopold II and the First. King Leopold and his son, King Leopold II, between those two animals and their regime that they had, they're from Belgium, right, which is in somewhere in Europe or whatever the fuck it's at. They were in Belgium. They're the kings of Belgium. It was the king of Belgium, right? For some reason or another, these evil animals went to the Congo. They went to Africa and they went to the Congo. And for some reason, these evil animals felt like they had dominion and rights over the people of the Congo, and they just assumed and took over the Congo and enslaved hundreds of millions of Africans. But in the process of enslaving hundreds of millions of Africans, over almost 20 million Africans were murdered under the rule of King Leopold I and II. Let me say that again. This isn't the slave trade that y'all know about. This isn't the slave trade that brought a lot of African people over here into America and gave us the foothold that America has right now. No. This ain't that. This is the Congolese slave trade, where that evil demon, King Leopold I and II, him and his son were slaying, maiming, doing all kind of savage shit to the Africans. They were, he had them like harvesting rubber. He had them cropping all kind of shit. But let me show y'all who King Leopold is. So, because a lot of y'all may not know who he is. So that's what people like Big Betty are for. I'm here to show you who, what's what, and who's who, because a lot of people are not to the realization of what's really going on in this world. All right. First, let me show y'all some shit, man. I hope y'all can hear. This shit is very serious. I was supposed to do this live last night, but I postponed it because I was too late. So listen to this.
Hitler kills 2 million white people. He's the most evil man that ever lived. Leopold kills 20 million. Hitler kills 2 million white people. He's the most evil man that ever lived. Leopold kills 20 million Africans. He still does not appear on the list of the most wicked people that ever lived on the earth. There must be something wrong with this narrative. Totally something wrong with that narrative. It can be right by day, by night, by numbers, by mathematics, by ethnography. It cannot be right that the whole world watches the massacre of black people and says nothing.
Say that shit again, my brother. Say it again.
Hitler kills 2 million white people. He's the most evil man that
2 million.
Leopold
2 million.
Hitler kills 2 million white people.
2 million Jews.
He's the most evil man that ever lived. Leopold kills 20 million Africans. He still does not appear on the list of the most wicked people that ever lived on the earth. There must be something wrong with this narrative. Totally something wrong with that narrative. It can be right by day, by night, by numbers, by mathematics, by ethnography. It cannot be right that the whole world watches the massacre of black people and says nothing.
We've been watching black people getting massacred every day of our lives, ever since we've been alive. We watch the police gun them down. We watch niggas in the hood gun each other down. We watching this shit on movies, on TV. This is all we know is murder, murder, kill, kill on the black man. That's all we know in America. That's all we know. You know, and it's to the point now where, like they said, like my brothers just said, Adolf Hitler killed only 2 million, and that's not only, that's a lot of people. But he killed only 2 million people, right? Jews. But King Leopold killed 20 million. Come on now. He killed 20 million Africans in the Congo. 20 million. That's 18 more million. And we're not talking about the transatlantic slave trade. We're not talking about none of that yet. That hasn't even took place, or it was not even included in this. It's a separate account of the decimation of the African man on this planet. Let's go.
When Leopold of the Belgians went to Congo, he found a society that was organized in the middle of one of the richest places God ever created. And he claimed Congo as his personal property. This we never say. Initially, what is now Congo, which later became a colony of Belgium, was claimed by King Leopold II of Belgium as his personal property. And at that time, of course, they were doing many things, including rubber. And it is not said, as we should, that King Leopold killed no less than 13 million Congolese. When Leopold of the Belgians.
Between him and his son, over 20 million. But King Leopold I was responsible for 13 million by himself. Imagine having 13 million bodies under your belt, bro. How the fuck do these people feel like they own land and own people? How the fuck do you get that egotistical and cocky? How do you get that evil to where you feel like you own a land and the people in the land? Who are these people?
Leopold II was the king of the Belgians and the dictator of the Congo Free State from 1885 to 1908. Leopold was the founder and sole owner of the Congo Free State, a private project undertaken on his own behalf as a personal union with Belgium. He used Henry Morton Stanley to help him lay claim to the Congo, the present-day Democratic Republic of the Congo. Leopold ran the Congo by using
the present Democratic Republic of Congo. So him and that dude, both of them got together and murdered everybody and laid everybody down and turned them into Democrats. Do you see how the European people of the world have always gone from nation to nation, killing the people, the native people on the land, and turning them into Democrats, and turning them into changing their political and economical and sociological backgrounds, changing their spiritual background, changing their language. This is fucked up, man. Who are these people that think they have dominion over this earth? They do not have it. Who are these people?
Mercenary force public to extract a fortune from the territory. Leopold's administration of the Congo Free State included significant atrocities and systematic brutality, including torture, murder, and the amputation of the hands of men, women, and children when the quota of rubber was not met. In 1890, and in one of the first uses of the term, George Washington Williams described Leopold's actions as crimes against humanity. Under his regime, millions of Congolese inhabitants, including children, were mutilated, murdered, or died from disease and famine. In addition, the birth rate rapidly declined during this period by up to 10 million. Leopold II.
The birth rate even declined. So they came with their medicine, their pills, and their potions. They came with their pills and their fucking potions. And their pills and potions stopped you from being able to reproduce. And at the same time you weren't able to reproduce, you were getting dominated. And guess what? They don't want you to even think about this type of shit because they want the same racism to continue. So they don't want to teach us about the histories of Earth because they want the same systems of racism to continue. Pills and potions that dismantle you from within and disenfranchise you from within, and then social, economical, and spiritual change in your life that is not your own, and it makes you be something you're totally not. They don't want racism to end because they want racism to continue. They don't want you to know racism existed because they want racism to continue. People like to say, racism's not real. I got friends that are white. My baby mama's white. That's fine. Yes, we've learned to get along with each other and coexist. We've always did that. We've always loved each other. But at the same time, the people in power don't love none of us. The people in power are running this game on all of us and playing us all against each other. This ain't no motherfucking coincidence. This ain't no accident. Let me show y'all this biblical tie, what King Leopold taught the Africans. And this was in y'all's Bible. Let me show y'all why I made this live. King Leopold came up with the concept to keep black people poor and to keep European people rich, and they put it in the Bible. Listen.
Tell them.
Listen, y'all. Please listen.
King Leopold II. And he said, make these black people, tell them, hurry, it is difficult for a rich man to go to heaven. It is like a camel going through a needle's eye. And that's what you must indoctrinate them with. Indoctrinate them. Tell them it is okay for they can struggle and suffer here on earth. Tell them they must not mind to struggle and suffer here on earth.
Yep.
Because in heaven, they will walk on the streets of gold.
That's a lie.
Tell them that the gold which is here on earth is worthless. I'm saying this to open your mind.
For the damage that is in the mind of the black person was crafted, it was designed from the church pulpit. And that is why I also use the church pulpit to address and reverse.
Yes, me too.
The damage.
Yes.
That is in the minds of black people.
Yes. Let me say that again. Let him say that again.
Letter by King Leopold II.
The letter, this was written by King Leopold.
And he said, make these black people, tell them, for it is difficult for a rich man to go to heaven. It is like a camel going through a needle's eye. And that's what you must indoctrinate them with. Indoctrinate them. Tell them it is okay for they can struggle and suffer here on earth. Tell them they must not mind to struggle and suffer here on earth. Because in heaven, they will walk on the street of gold. Tell them that the gold which is here on earth is worthless. I'm saying this to open your mind for the damage that is in the mind of the black person was crafted, it was designed from the church pulpit.
Yes, the church destroyed us.
And that is why I also use the church pulpit to address and reverse the damage that is in the minds of black people.
Yo, so what? While they tell us, don't worry about money and shit, they have robes that are made out of gold. While they tell us, don't worry about money, you know why they tell us that? Because they don't want us to go back to when we were draped in glitters and gold. They don't want us to go back. Let me explain something to y'all. Do y'all know who Mansa Musa is? Black people were the richest people on the planet Earth. And all of our riches were dispersed and divided amongst the savages who stole them. Hold on. King Mansa Musa.
King Mansa Musa.
King Mansa, hold on, let me show you. The richest man on earth.
Mansa Musa, also known as Musa I of Mali, was a prominent ruler of the Mali Empire in the 14th century, and he is renowned for being one of the wealthiest individuals in history.
Yeah,
his fame largely stems from his legendary pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324-1325, during which he traveled with a massive entourage, including servants and soldiers, and carried vast quantities of gold, which he distributed generously along the way. His extravagant spending in Cairo, Medina, and Mecca was so significant that it temporarily devalued gold in those regions. Mansa Musa's rule was characterized by a prosperous and powerful Mali empire, known for its immense wealth, thriving trade, and contributions to Islamic scholarship. He governed the empire for about 25 years, leaving a lasting legacy of cultural and economic development. Mansa Musa, also known. Facts about the richest king of all time, Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa is widely considered one of the wealthiest individuals in history. His net worth was estimated to be around $400 billion in today's money. In 1324, Mansa Musa embarked on a famous pilgrimage to Mecca. During his journey, he distributed vast amounts of gold and gifts, causing inflation in the regions he passed through. Mansa Musa was a devout Muslim and played a vital role in spreading Islam across West Africa. He promoted Islamic scholarship and built several mosques and Islamic schools. Facts about the richest king.
Black people were never poor. Black people were never bummy. Black people were never slaves. We were never none of that. We were turned into that to devalue us and to dismantle us. We were turned into laborers and broken and beaten and all that to devalue us and to dismantle us. We were never low lives, slaves, and animals. We were never. We weren't the savages of earth. You see what Mansa Musa did? He went to Mecca to do his pilgrimage to go pray at Mecca. And what did he do? He passed out gold along the way. He was blessing niggas along the way. So on the way there, he devalued the money in all the states he went through or countries he went through. He devalued their currency because he had put so much money in their economy, he fucked their economy up. Just like how when our economy was tanking and Joe Biden and all them and Donald Trump too printed a bunch of stimulus money and dumped a bunch of money into the economy, which did what? Made the value of the dollar go down, because the more money's in the society without nothing to back up the money, the value of the dollar goes down. Because if everybody has access to the dollar and everybody has access to money, then the value goes down because it's less rare if everybody has an abundance of it. So this is simple. Mansa Musa devalued the dollar on everywhere he went because he was blessing. He wasn't a king, the richest man on earth, and he went from this place to that place and killed everybody he went past. He didn't enslave everybody he went past. He did not go on his pilgrimage to Mecca to go pray to God and kill everybody along the way. No, he blessed everybody along the way, because our ancestors, my ancestors, are not savages. They're not animals. They're not heathens. They're the civilizers. They're the ones who paved the roads. They're the ones who made the way. They're the ones who showed the way for everybody else behind them. And what happened to us? Nothing. We got done dirty. But we're not talking about
King of all time.
I ain't talking about that. Let me play that one more time, y'all. Let me play this one more time, because this is very important. They lied to you in your church. Your church is the devil. They lied to you. All that shit is controlled by the devil. And all that shit was given to us by, look at King Leopold. He looks like a pope. My nigga's dressed like a pope. He got the little cathedral hat. I mean, the Christian cardinal hat on. Come on, bro. Y'all, this the same shit.
King Leopold II. And he said, make these black people, tell them, Hurry, it is difficult for a rich man to go to heaven. It is like a camel going through a needle's eye. And that's what.
And you know what's crazy? I've even said that dumb brainwash shit before. This brainwash has even affected me. This humble bullshit. Fuck being humble. It's time for us to shine. Our bodies have gold in it. Our bodies have diamonds and quartz stones in it. Our bodies have all of the elements in them. Our bodies are made of all the elements. It's time for us to fucking shine. It ain't time for us to be fucking humble. We had to be humble for so fucking long. Fuck being humble. Stand up and shine. Stand up and be who you're supposed to be. Embarrass these losers. Shine on these losers. Make them feel inadequate, because they are inadequate. Make them work harder. Make them be smarter. Make them think more. Make them work for it. Don't give them nothing. Make them work. Make these losers who run everything work for that shit. And guess what? They don't even want to work for it and can't even keep up, so they making robots and shit. They can't even keep up with what they created, because they didn't create it. We created it. They can't even keep up because they didn't create it. We created it. Now they're using AI and robots to keep up because they can't keep up. Make them work for it. You want to dominate and run the world? Make them work for it. Stand up and shine. Be the best that you can be. Be as intelligent as you can be. Be as smart as you can be. Be as strong as you can be. Be as fast as you can be. Stay alive, withstand, endure, and shine. Don't be humble. Fuck being humble. You had to put your head down and look the other way for so many fucking years. You don't got to do that no more. Put your head down. Don't look over there. It's a woman over there. Don't you look over there at that woman. You keep your eyes down. We ain't got to do that no more. We ain't got to do that no more. Don't you look at that white woman. We ain't got to do that no more. I love y'all. I just had to teach that and preach that because that King Leopold was crazy, man. That King Leopold shit had me hot. I ain't even gonna lie, because people don't know about history. And that's why history keeps repeating itself. But see, now everybody's on the auction block. Everybody's on the auction block. They've already did the numbers and dismantled us. Black people are no longer the total target because we're being dismantled. Real talk. We don't even really have a chance in the fight no more, really. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now we all need to stand together as human race to try to survive, because if we don't, we don't have much of a chance to survive. And that's just being real. How do these people get off? How do these people get off just killing millions and millions and millions and millions of people? How? You know how they do that? Because we don't stand together. If we actually stood together as a nation, as a people, if we stood together and stopped letting people demolish us, and stop letting people test shit on us, and stop letting people use and abuse us, we would come out on top. But we don't come out on top because we don't understand the seriousness of this world we're living in. We don't understand the focus of building wealth and doing something together, building our money up. Because I'm gonna say something to y'all. One of us won't be able to do enough, but all of us collectively can do something. Did you hear what I just said? One of us won't be able to do enough, but collectively we can all work together and do something to change this shit. I don't know what y'all thinking about, but I know what I'm thinking about. I appreciate y'all. It's the Real Talk Real Shit podcast, man. Y'all don't understand, man. This shit is not a joke and it's not a game. And the truth must be said. I don't care. I'm gonna say something to y'all. I know a lot of people don't like to hear the truth, but the truth has to be heard no matter who. It don't matter. Fuck your feelings. Fuck my feelings. It's not about your feelings. It's not about how you feel about this system. It's about the system, how the system feels about you. It's not about how you feel about the system. It's how the system feels about you, baby. So get your feelings out of this. Come into reality. Understand that certain nations were done dirty and continue to be done dirty, and there's a reason for that. It's a reason why it's harder for certain people, and it's a reason why systematically it's been set up the way it is. It's a reason, because they don't want us to rise up to the position we was at once before. They don't want that. They don't want us to understand our true power and our true potential. They don't want that. They don't want us to understand we have powers. We have healing powers. We have foresight power. We have clairvoyance. We can connect with each other. You ever said something when somebody else was saying it, y'all say it at the same time? That's because y'all's minds are connected. We have strong, powerful minds. We are a strong, powerful race of people. The human race is a strong race. But we've been drinking Gatorade, drinking this, drinking beer, drinking alcohol, drinking this, eating that, doing this. You're breaking your body down. You're lowering your resistance. You're lowering your vibration by what you put into your body. And then your force field will have no chance of surviving, because your force field will be so low. Your antennas will be so muddled and bogged down. You won't be in connection. This is a very serious thing. The system of racism, the system of degradation to humans is a very serious issue. And even in this time that we're before they restart history, I'm gonna be one of the ones who keep shit going. I'm gonna be one of the ones who tell people the truths of life, because they're erasing this histories of Earth. They don't want us to know what really happened. They want us to say, "Ooh, Adolf Hitler killed all the Jews, 2 million Jews, and that was real fucked up." And that was fucked up, and it is fucked up, and that was dead wrong, and nobody should die. But what about the hundreds of millions of Africans that died at the hands of racism, slavery, and hatred? Nobody talks about that shit. Nobody gives a fuck about the African race, and that's so messed up. Hundreds of millions since the beginning of time, probably billions. Sad, man. And the only way you accept us is when we act like you, think like you, walk like you, and talk like you. And then you don't accept us then, and you treat us like a secondhand citizen, because that's what it is. Because I'm not in my true nature and element as a Black African man, so I'm in your nature, so I'm a second-class citizen. We will never get treated like first-class citizens until we live like first-class citizens. And that means stop being poor-minded, stop being slouchy, stop being lazy, stop thinking somebody owes you something. Don't nobody owe nobody nothing. We got to build something. We got to work for something. We got to rise above and be better. That's the only way it's possible. The shit was not designed for us. It wasn't designed for us. It was designed on us, by us. It wasn't designed for us. It was designed by us. So I just wish everybody could understand, this system is never changed. Now it's just a little bit different. It comes in the form of vapors. It comes in the form of I can't breathe. It comes in the form of different forms. You know what I mean? It comes in different forms now. It comes in the form of food poisoning. It comes in the form of different forms. Air pollution. It comes in the form of different forms now. It's not necessarily just specific racism, but actually it still is. See, only thing about me, I don't make excuses like most people. I just do better. I just do better. I just do better. I ain't making no excuses. I ain't complaining. I just do better. I state the facts, keep up with reality, and do better. That's all we can do. You know what I mean? That's how you do that shit. But it's your big homie, Big Bad, man. Trying to finish this damn cigar. These things don't be wanting to go out. But yeah, man. I hope everybody's having a good day. I had to drop that bomb on you, man. I had to. Let me read these comments. Just in time. What's good, my bro? The realest shit I ever heard. Thank you so much. That's crazy. That's how we should think as men today. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you for real, bro. While you're in here, salute to you too. For real. Justice Missouri, shout out to you. She said, push that like button. Facts. Oliver, hit the like button. Thank you, bro. I appreciate all y'all, man. Oh, yes, from the UK. Shout out to the UK, man. Shout out to Ireland. My people from Ireland watching. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate everybody, man. UK in the building. Ireland in the building. Justice in the building. North Carolina, South Carolina in the building. We in here, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Just trying to do my part, that's all. But I love y'all. Peace out. What's up?